Hi, my name is Hierman, CEO of Fit Finances, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Today I am going to share with you my personal story on how I got started out as an entrepreneur, how I launched my first online business. Back in 2008, I found myself in a devastating position. I was looking into the possibility of filing bankruptcy, and actually that was my only option, I thought, at that point. Let me just paint the picture for you a little bit. I was $150,000 upside down on the house that I owned, owed over $30,000 on a couple of vehicles. I owed $20,000 on a toy box trailer, and not to mention I also owed about $50,000 in credit card debt. And as you can see, that is not a pretty position to be in. Things were starting to get repossessed, and I was completely stressed out. I had no idea how I was going to get myself out of that situation financially. So what I did was I went into hyperdrive mode. I was already working full-time. I was vice president of Powder Blue Production, so I wasn't making chump change. I was making a good salary. I also taught fitness classes on the side, as well as on the weekends I would do fitness trainings. And so I sat down and kind of started calculating out every penny that I made, and then how much I owed. And I even took on another job, and I started doing personal training on the side too. And what I figured out was, unfortunately, with all of the money that I possibly could make working up to 70 hours per week, it was going to take me about 10, but more than likely 15 years to pay off all of that debt. So I started looking into bankruptcy and just wanted to see, what that was all about. And what I found out was when you file for bankruptcy, the debts aren't actually forgiven. What happens is people just stop calling you for a period of time. So they'll just stop hounding you, stop bugging you for a period of time. And that's kind of all it is. And it's not really great for your credit either. In the midst of all this, I was also going through a horrible divorce, and I remember sitting some nights and not knowing where my next meal was going to come from. I remember picking through lettuce and trying not to throw away the good pieces of lettuce, but only throwing away the bad pieces of lettuce so that I could, compile a salad for myself. I remember going to Del Taco and buying the 59-cent tacos on Taco Tuesday and buying as many as I could and trying to make them last for 3 days and putting them in the fridge. Things were not fun. In fact, life was, it was scary. I don't know if you've ever been in that position where you were absolutely flat broke and having to choose what bills to pay and what not to pay, and just the stress of what that does to your life. I don't know if you've ever been in that position. I really hope that you haven't, but it was probably the lowest moments of my life. And so I knew that something had to change, something had to give, and bankruptcy was probably not the answer. I needed to find a solution to get myself out of that situation. So just a few months after I was looking into filing for bankruptcy, I actually was approached and invited to watch a presentation about Beachbody. And I'd never done one of those network marketing companies before. I don't know if you know what an MLM or multi-level marketing business is, but basically it's a work from home type of business. And my initial reaction to that invitation was, no way. All those things started rolling through my head. Pyramid scheme, this will never work, all those things are scams. And I was desperate enough to actually consider it and to do a little bit of research and figure out if it was a good fit and if there was some type of earning potential for me there. I, at this point, was working, no joke, about 70 hours a week, 4 different jobs. Personal training, teaching group fitness classes, just killing my body, hours upon hours every day, working full time at Powder Blue Productions, and then also teaching fitness certifications on the weekends. So I was working a ton of hours already, and I knew that the amount of hours that I was working and the amount of debt that I had to pay off, I wasn't going to be able to pay off that debt, luckily, in maybe 10 to 15 years. So I knew something had to change. I knew I needed a solution, something where if I worked a very focused, small amount of time each and every week, consistently, that in a couple of years, maybe in 5 years, I'd be able to pay off that debt and get myself out of that ugly situation that I had gotten myself into. So I had all these fears and all these doubts swimming around in my brain about multi-level marketing, and honestly, it was just a really scary term for me. Now, what turned me around were these 3 simple truths. The first was that the company that I joined with, Beachbody, their average earnings statement stated that if you have about 8 people on your team, the average earnings of somebody that has 8 people on their team was over $20,000 a year. Now, I don't know about you, but I wasn't going to get a $20,000 raise at my full-time job, or even all of my jobs combined. So that was very alluring to me. I thought, okay, I could use an extra $20,000 a year. That could make a significant dent in my debt problem. The other piece of information that turned me around was that I found out that network marketing is the only industry, or actually it's the leading industry, for self-made millionaires, meaning that there are more self-made millionaires in network marketing than any other industry. Additionally, after doing some research and speaking to a lot of people, I found out that the average earnings of somebody who consistently and diligently works at this side business, they were making 6 figures in 2 years' time. And I was like, that was a big turning point for me, because right then and there I knew that this was something that wasn't a get rich quick type of thing. This is legitimate business. This is a legitimate company where I could actually make a substantial income, help other people make a substantial income, and get out of the problem that I was in. So I took a leap of faith, and I am so glad that I did. And to be honest, even when I took that leap of faith, I still wasn't a believer. I was still kind of, hoping that I would make a couple $100 extra a month. I was just, honestly, I just wanted to be able to buy food, not to stress about being able to buy food each month. And I am so glad that I signed on the line and that I decided to open up my Beachbody business in 2008, because within 2 years' time, working consistently about 10 to 15 hours a week, that's what I decided to dedicate to this, I was able to pay off every single penny of that debt. Not only that, but I was able to increase my earnings 600%. So what I was making at that point, I was able to increase it 600% with my Beachbody business. Crazy, honestly. And within 4 years' time, the business had made its first $1 million. So my life today, my husband and I live in a beautiful home that we own in Orange County, California. We also have a pool that we were able to put in with no money on a credit card. We have no credit card debt. We have a new car. In addition to all of that, we're able to donate whenever a family member or a friend is in need. We are able to step in. We're able to donate to charities as well as give to churches. But the most important thing, I think, is that we are both able to stay home and work on this business, helping other entrepreneurs launch their own home businesses, help them become debt-free, help bring them home so that they can be home with their kids. And we're able to do all of that while raising our son. And it's just really, really been a blessing. So while money isn't everything, what it does do is it gives you options. It gives you options to live the life that you desire to live. Not only that, but it gives you the ability to reach out a hand and help people that are in need, and especially take care of your immediate family and the people who are in your immediate circle of influence. So if you take nothing else from this video today, I just want to encourage you that anything is possible. You heard my story. You know where I came from. It's possible for you too. You can literally have anything that you want if you're willing to work for it. So if this helped you, and if you'd like some more information, I would love to connect with you. So reach out, and I look forward to talking to you. Have a great day.